Hi, I'm Nick McEwen.
Yo, what's up, everyone? I'm Griffini Brandon.
Hi, Andrew here.
Hi, I'm Noah.
Hey everyone, I'm Moses.
Hello, my name is Sky.
For the show I'm excited for coming up, I got a good few answers. There's a lot of stuff I'm excited for. Sakamoto Days is coming out next year. That's going to be really good. I love the manga, but the answer is easily Dandadan. It is a show by a former Fujimoto editor, Tatsuki Fujimoto, the creator of Chainsaw Man, and it's peak. It is the greatest piece of fiction I've ever read, and I am so excited for it. It's going to be my personality for the years to come.
And there's a lot of anime and cartoon I'm looking forward to this year, or coming out soon, like One Punch Man, but who knows when that's coming out. I mean, like they promised back in May, but I haven't even seen anything about it yet. But for stuff coming out this year, I would say is season 2 of Four Knights the Apocalypse, which is a sequel to Seven Deadly Sins. And honestly, it's looking like it's a good sequel anime. I'm hyped to see what's coming out in season 2. Season 1 ended like off a really good, intense cliffhanger that got me really hyped. For the other thing, it would gotta be Castlevania Nocturne season 2, which is a sequel of Castlevania anime, and honestly, these 2 seasons are looking really good this year, and I'm really hyped for it.
There are many things I'm looking forward to. As others mentioned, I'm looking forward to Sakamoto Days and Dandadan. I read a bit of the mangas. They're a really good series. I'm looking forward to those. But another thing I'm looking forward to is Arcane Season 2. I watched the first season, absolutely loved it. And they're coming out with the second season. That's going to be its final season. I think it's November. So me and my roommate are just going to binge that series whenever it comes out, and it's going to be great.
Actually, there is an anime I'm excited to see. I don't know about excited, but I'm interested to see what it turns out to be like. But it's actually the Uzumaki adaptation that's coming on Netflix, I think. The manga was the only manga I've ever really read, so I'm kind of interested to see what they do, especially since, from what I can tell, Junji Ito adaptations are usually not very good. So I'm interested to see like what it turns out to be like, because it actually kind of looks like the manga, which, you know, is kind of important. So we'll see if this is like the first good Ito adaptation, I guess.
And the animation I'm ready for is definitely the second Moana movie. Like I remember watching the first one and it went good. Like the first one with The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, when he was singing. Yeah, that he could really sing in that movie. He's a big dude, but he could really sing.
And I am most excited for, well, I have a 2-year-old, so I'm excited for Moana 2, obviously. I'm weary, but kind of excited for the reanimation of One Piece. Hope they pace it better. And I started watching Beastars recently, so I am looking forward to the final season once I finish the first one.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Animation Nation. Today we're here to talk about some One Piece. I'm Nick McEwen.
I'm Sky.
I'm Griffini Brandon.
And we're going to be talking about the East Blue Saga, the good old start to One Piece, the very beginnings, and we're just going to go over some things like our favorite moment, our favorite Straw Hat introduction, and a third thing that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Our favorite arc.
That one, the favorite arc, because there's like 6 or 7 of them. There's a good amount.
Yeah.
Some of them are like 2 episodes, but that...
Yeah, like Romance Dawn is like 2 episodes.
Yeah. It's an arc though, it counts.
It does count.
It gets its own colors in the manga, and so that's all that matters. The manga covers are different, so it's an arc. Mm-hmm. So I guess let's just start off. So who wants to start off with their favorite moment in the East Blue?
I'm gonna go first. There's a common answer that a lot of people would say, but I'm different. So I'm gonna roll with whenever Sanji leaves the Baratier. Like whenever he is like bowing before Chef Zeph and like the entire Baratier. For like taking him in and like teaching him how to cook and like saving his life and like thanking him for everything. And for like, because that's his dad. I don't care what the canon says. That's his dad.
They got him crying in the club.
They got him crying in the club. Zeph cried too. Like everyone in the Baratier
cried. They got the
cried.
whole club crying. That's a hard thing to do.
It's definitely one of the moments in One Piece I also cried, which is many, and it will keep happening. But it meant so much to me because Sanji is my favorite Straw Hat. So I find his like arcs and his stories the most interesting now before they get bad because I've heard terrible things.
Okay, you want to go next, Griffin?
Yeah, I want to go next. I would say one of my favorite moments was when Shanks put the straw hat on Luffy's head.
That's a
That's the
classic.
beginning. That's the start. That was the spark of Luffy's motivation to become king of the pirates, man. To start his journey into the Grand Line to get the One Piece. And I would say my other favorite moment was when Luffy destroyed the map room in Arlong Park.
Yeah.
And then he swung up his leg and then smashed the whole thing down, freeing Nami from her suffering. I think that was a hype moment.
This guy's got 2 moments.
And I think I have a third moment now. Just remembered.
Slow down.
If you steal my moment in your 3 moments, I will freak out.
I think I cried my entire way through Arlong Park.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We get there when we get there.
And my favorite moment, I would have to say, is probably Zoro versus Mihawk. It's the start of Zoro's journey. Zoro is my favorite character, and you just watch him get just ruined. He gets so badly beat up. It's so bad for him. He gets beat with like a butter knife, and the entire
Not
time
even. It was like this tiny.
it was such a sad showing. But he like takes it with honor, and the moment of just saying like, you know, like scars on a back are a swordman's shame, and just taking the final strike right to the chest, a wound that like I don't think ever fully heals in One Piece. It's really the start of Zoro's journey and him being the most durable person on the planet because they cannot
Durable.
kill that guy. So now let's talk about our favorite Straw Hat introduction, and I'm gonna go first this time.
Okay.
My favorite Straw Hat introduction is Usopp. I will talk about Usopp's though, because if you're gonna talk about Sanji's, and Usopp's is really good. It's underrated because it's really a moment you get to see that Usopp is just like a kid still. He's one of the few that doesn't feel like he is grown up and like prepared to be a pirate on the sea. No, he's like playing pirate and lying and getting the like crap kicked out of him by everyone.
He's
Through that, he's still the bravest person because he fights through that and he does what he needs to do to save his friends.
I would say my favorite Straw Hat introduction was definitely Zoro's. I think that one arc where we introduced him, it was like perfect. Like it starts off with him just being bad usual, being like tied up for like months without eating, and then Luffy meets. It's like, hey, you want to join my crew?
It's on site.
Yeah, it's like sure, man, whatever. It's better than dying.
You're tied up in front of a Navy officer. You're mine.
you look sad and pathetic. Want to join my crew?
It's better than dying. And then he pulls off the radical and one-of-a-kind three-sword style, something you don't see anywhere at all. I just love it so much. That's why Zoro's my second favorite character in One Piece.
Mine is Sanji's. Listen, he has his bad moments, but I love him so much, and I will defend him. I will defend him with all of it, everything. I love like and I say this very lightly, his respect for women. He cares about cooking. Like he won't fight with his hands at all because those are his instruments for like cooking. Like I love that so much about him. Like I think that makes him unique. And like I love like his like that he seriously just fights with his feet. I think that's cool. And I also love that he was, I think, the most adverse to joining Luffy's crew out of all of them.
Oh, he straight up says no, and Luffy just goes, I think he straight up says, like, I refuse to join you, and Luffy says, I refuse your refusal. He's just like, no, you are coming with me.
I'm not doing this. He's like, screw you. I'm not joining your stupid pirate crew. And his dad kicks him out of the Baratier.
It works.
And it works. and
It
he
works
leaves.
perfectly.
I can't wait for you to get to Fishman Island. Time to talk about our favorite arc.
And I'm going first.
It's your turn.
It's my favorite one in the East Blue is the Arlong Park.
It's
It's the most hyped. Has probably my favorite villain in the East Blue saga, which is Arlong. He was very good. It was like the first like a shark pirate that's
to Fishman.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
Fishman.
he's the first one we meet.
He's the first person. You meet a lot of freaky looking people in One Piece, but they're the first group of people that look freaky because they're actually like a different people. They're a different race.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
And this is like the first arc, in my opinion, this is like the first arc where things get dark in One Piece. Like Nami's backstory actually that's like
cried.
one of the saddest backstories. Like I had a hard time watching it sometimes
I burst into tears.
Me too.
Yeah,
The
I
entire
kept
arc.
having to pause and it's just like, wait, oh no, I don't want that to happen.
An arc is good if it makes me want to just like get up and start punching walls because I'm so upset that the characters are being treated this way, and then they win.
And now I'm going to mention my other favorite moment. It is in this arc. It's
Always
when
two with this guy.
Well, he's saying what
Do
we're
you
all
mind?
He's saying what we were all thinking.
Yeah. It's when Nami asks Luffy for help and he put on the straw hat and he said, of course I will. He
The
like
wa-
shouted out on the top of his lungs, like, of course I will.
The walk to Arlong Park was the
That
moment we were
was-
all going to say is our favorite because it's the best moment in the East Blue
It's
Saga.
one of the best moments of all time.
So we all had to lie through our teeth instead.
Overtaken is still my favorite song in One Piece. I know.
But
I'm
what's
not
your
that
favorite arc?
Well, not to say Arlong Park again, but I'm gonna kind of divot off of that. I actually thoroughly enjoyed Logtown.
I forgot that's in East Blue.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's everything before Reverse Mountain is East
No,
Blue.
that's fair, you
It's
got me there.
Logtown. I loved getting to see more information on Gold Roger. I loved Smoker. Smoker is my second favorite Marine I've met so far because I forgot I did meet
Who's your favorite?
Garp. Garp's. I
Of
did meet
course,
Garp
yes.
where I'm at now.
That makes sense.
He's
I
not
agree
East
with you.
Blue, but I love Smoker. I think he's the first kind of, I mean, other than like Kobe, but he's still in training, but like the first like kind of like honorable Marine, like with his own kind of code of honor. He's
the
willing
first
to
Marine
let.
I
Yeah.
don't want to just like punch in the head.
Yeah, like I love Smoker and Tashigi so
They're
much.
one of the only Marines you just don't want to hate. You
Yeah,
just
like
have a hard
Kobe,
time hating
Garp,
them.
and like Smoker and Tashigi are like the only Marines I can still tolerate because I can't stand
There will
anybody else.
There will be Marines you'll like, and there will be Marines you just want to hate.
Oh, I
badly.
believe that.
Yes.
But like I loved and like there was something with Usopp where he was like he got like memories of his dad or someone knew his dad. I think it was Smoker. Editor,
bounty
put it in.
hunter.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but he
That's
had like
filler.
a daughter.
That doesn't exist in manga One Piece. Good
Is
moment
it
though.
favorite manga arc or you're talking about the anime here?
My bad. That is a really good moment though. But I would say with my favorite arc, I didn't really think about it as my favorite arc, and it isn't my favorite arc because my favorite arc is Arlong Park. But honestly, I really liked Orangetown, the one where we really get to like meet. Is it called Orangetown or am I crazy?
No, it's Orange
Yeah,
Town.
'cause
Where
it's-
Zoro's introduced?
Is
No,
that where Buggy's
that's Romance
introduced?
Dawn, I think, or it's this
Oh,
one. It's the
that's
one where you with Buggy.
Buggy.
Yeah,
It's the one where
Is-
Buggy
that
and
is
Nami joins the
Orangetown.
crew.
Okay.
Right.
I'm not insane. I really like that one because one, you meet Buggy D Clown, the I was gonna say the hottest man in One Piece.
Hottest man
I'll
in One
stand
Piece.
by it. Give me the sloppy clown guy. He's goated.
Oh my
And he's
God.
also he's a funny villain. He comes back a lot in the rest of the series and is just a great character. And I love the fact that he just blows people up. His devil fruit allows him to like chop his body up into pieces, and his main attack is just you explode. It's a really good moment for Nami. It's where we get to see her. You start to see a bit of the real her, but you still see that she's a good person, and then you get to learn more about her later on. And I really
agree.
like that. And that's our favorite. That's the East Blue Saga.
Okay.
Hopefully, we will come back to you sometime soon as Sky gets further and further into One Piece.
And
We
we'll
have-
try to get an Alabasta saga in.
I'm about to say, like, we have, I know that planned, where
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk about Alabasta, since I have recently finished it.
Get used to us talking about One Piece. You are
Yes.
stuck with this ride with us.
Until they graduate.
Yeah, I'll come
Yeah.
back. I'll come back to talk about One Piece.
Bet.
Bet.
And with that, thank you for watching.
And stay animated, Indiana.
What he said.
Gravity Falls wasn't just another children's show on Disney XD for most. For its fans, it was a complete cultural phenomenon. It was a one-of-a-kind mystery that kept viewers, children and adults alike, on the edge of their seat. Created by Alex Hirsch and released on June 15th, 2012, Gravity Falls was the adventure of a lifetime that kicked off a time of fun serialized TV aimed at children. It wasn't just a 20 to 25 minute random problem that gets fixed at the end. There was a point and a story overarching throughout its run. My name is Sky, and Gravity Falls was the first TV show I really got into. I was practically obsessed. It was my first big hyperfixation. I still find myself engaging with its media, whether through rewatching, going through the codes in the various episodes and other forms of media, or writing about it like I am now. I want to talk about the impact that Gravity Falls had, not just on Disney, but on animation as a whole. No kids show was like Gravity Falls. It helped pave the way for other similar, yet unique stories. Gravity Falls had a bunch of different writers and animators as part of its team, some of which being Chris Houghton, Dana Terrace, Matt Braley, Shion Takeuchi, Mike Rianda, and Jeff Rowe. If any of these names sound familiar, it's because they went on to create their own shows. Chris Houghton co-created Big City Greens. While not serialized per se, it is a pretty big hit right now on Disney. Dana Terrace created The Owl House, which shared Gravity Falls' weirdness, mystery, and dark storytelling. Matt Braley created Amphibia, which served as a successor to Gravity Falls. And Alex Hirsch even guest starred in an episode titled Wax Figures. Shion Takeuchi was a writer who eventually created Inside Job, a Netflix adult animated series which, like The Owl House, shared the weird elements of Gravity Falls. And of course, Mike Rianda and Jeff Rowe, who also served as writers, who went on to make Netflix's biggest animated film, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, a movie I haven't personally watched, but did very well. Then, while no specific writers joined from Gravity Falls, the DuckTales 2017 reboot shared Gravity Falls' serialization and mysterious storytelling, just as Star vs. the Forces Evil had. Not only was Star serialized, but they, like Gravity Falls, made a replica of one of the books in series available for fans to buy. Gravity Falls clearly did a lot for animation. The show was very well received by its audience. It had a steady increase as the show progressed. While the first season was relatively stagnant, that doesn't mean that there wasn't interest. Season 1 was a steady 8-ish out of 10, but as the show continued, the ratings rose and rose. The first season of every show is set up and gives the audience a taste of the mystery before all the big reveals and story moments happen. The show holds a 100% fresh score on Rotten Tomatoes, not just overall, but each season individually as well. Moving away from critics, there were YouTube channels, because TikTok wasn't invented yet, dedicated to unraveling the mystery. You had the likes of Matt Pat via Film Theory, God rest his soul, talking about the ending, people theorizing for a long time who the mysterious and elusive author of the journals was, people figuring out the different codes, some being hidden in this very episode of Animation Nation, and 1,000,001 different fan works, fan art, and cosplays being done for this show. There's even recently been a resurgence of Gravity Falls series and fan works because we recently got a new book to tear apart. Boom! The Book of Bill Cipher. Before we had this bad boy, we had boom! Journal 3 replica. Inside, we get information that wasn't included within the series. There's information about the author, accounts from different characters, new codes, new mystery, and also goofy little pages that make you feel like you're in the series and you didn't have to grow up and pay bills. Anyway, not only were there books like this, there was also a book of little stories called Gravity Falls Lost Legends, which talks about beloved gnome Shrebulok. Another titled Tales of the Strange and Unexpected, which retold episodes of Gravity Falls with a Grunkle Stan version of each retelling. And Dipper and Mabel's Guide to Mystery and Nonstop Fun, which had other little accounts from both twins. Aside from these books, there were also 1,000,001 t-shirts, hats, recreated posters and pins from the show, and so much more. I used to have more merch, but I wasn't careful enough with it, and well, they got ruined or I grew out of it because I'm not a preteen anymore. I'm going to briefly talk about the codes and such that were included in Gravity Falls because I think they're fascinating. So I'm going to start with the easiest one, which is the Caesar cipher. Let's take this message. If we move 3 letters back for each letter, we get Animation Nation. This cipher was at the end of a lot of Gravity Falls episodes and throughout the replica Journal 3. Next up is the Vignere cipher, which I didn't even understand until like recently. For this cipher, you would use a keyword that you received. Let's use the keyword please. Now, this is the message encrypted. For this cipher, we would put the letters of please underneath each single encoded letter, then use this key to trace the letter of the keyword on the left. Find the letter of the encoded cipher as you move your finger right, then from that letter, go up and write down that letter, you end up on top. You get this message when you're done. The last one I'm going to talk about in depth has 3 versions, but I'm only going to show you a visual one of one of them. This is the symbol cipher. There's 3 versions of this, but we're going to focus on Bill Cipher's version. To find this key, you need Dipper and Mabel's Guide to Mystery and Nonstop Fun. This is the key, and here's our encrypted message. Each symbol corresponds to a letter. This is what we get when we translate. Without me creating just an endless amount of ciphers, there's also the A1Z26 cipher, which basically replaces the alphabet with numbers, @bash, which reverses the alphabet Z equals A, and more. There's even combined versions of each that were used. If you haven't seen Gravity Falls before, I can't recommend it enough. There's mystery, fun humor, emotional moments, great voice acting, and amazing writing, and it's paced just right. I hope you find just as much comfort in it as I do. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to stay animated, Indiana.
Hi, I'm Nick McEwen.
What's up, y'all? I'm Griffin E. Brandon.
Hi, I'm Billy.
I'm Connor Swartz.
Hi, my name is Alyssa.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
Hi, I'm Michael Daniel.
Hi, my name is Justin.
Hi, I'm Noah.
Hi, my name is Sky.
Character I look up to. I didn't really watch a ton of animated stuff as a kid, so I don't have any like childhood role models I looked up to. I would say nowadays, honestly, really just about any main character in a lot of anime that's just like, you know, do your best, treat your friends well, blah, blah, blah. So I'd say probably Luffy. I am the AN, or at least one of AN's verified One Piece nerds. I gotta just say Luffy. I respect that guy. I look up to him. He just wants to help his friends. He gets fed food once and will topple a government, and I would do the same. Give me a reason.
So for cartoon characters I looked up to as a kid, I don't know. I guess for an answer, I'm probably just gonna have to go with Batman. Like as a kid, I always watch a whole bunch of Batman cartoons, like Batman the Animated Series, The Batman, Beware the Batman, and honestly, I just look to him as like one of the best superheroes I've ever seen. But for nowadays, I would have to say like anime characters like Natsu, Dragoneel from Fairy Tail, or just Asta from Black Clover, because they're like the kind of characters I look up to a lot. Like they never give up, they're always positive, and they treat their friends better than anything else. And yeah.
My childhood role model is, well, hold on. I'm gonna say something before this because actually, they never said whether this has to be a good role model or not. And looking back on it, I think my main childhood role model person I looked up to that was like, oh my God, they're so cool, was Spectra from Bakugan. And now he's actually the antagonist of the show, at least like third-party antagonist, where they kind of switch sides halfway through. But I just thought he was so cool, so I feel like it can't be anyone but him who was my role model as a very small child.
Anakin Skywalker. I love the Clone Wars, absolute favorite show growing up. And Anakin, he always did what's right until, I mean, you know, end of Clone Wars, beginning of, Revenge of the Sith and whatnot. He was a good guy. He did what had to be done. He was a hero of the Republic, and yeah, solid guy.
And my cartoon role model as a child, and kind of to this day, Greg Universe from Steven Universe. He's a great guy, super lovable, family man. He cares about all the people in his town. He cares about his son. He cares about his wife. He's just a stand-up guy.
And my role growing up would have to be Steven for Steven Universe. Like, I get it, he's a kid, he does stupid things at times, but you know what? He learns his lessons. He's a good role model of not causing fights, just talking it out, just being supportive. I think that's a important role model for people to have, especially for me to follow. Honorable mention too, I guess more recently, I would say Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. Like, he really cares for his family, his sister, and he doesn't give up on training to becoming a Demon Slayer. So I would give my honorable mention to him.
And my cartoon role model, I mean, I have two because it changed. At first, I'm a really big fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I really liked Zuko. Not necessarily at the beginning, but whenever he was realizing maybe he's not what everyone tells him to be. Because I really resonate with that, as I was always gonna be one of the people to like go play sports, but I never played sports whenever I was younger. I was always in band and stuff. But as I got older, it switched from like Zuko to like Uncle Iroh. I just really like Iroh. He's just a really good character, and he has a lot to say. So it kind of switched throughout my childhood. Started out with Zuko, and then I vibe more with Uncle Iroh.
I'm gonna say Giovanni from Pokemon because I appreciate. I'm gonna say James from Pokemon. He's just a chill guy who's just like chilling around. He's like a nice, cool guy. He may be a criminal, but he's a nice kind of criminal. He takes care of his Chimecho, a Pokemon that I like, no one else likes, because like, it's Chimecho. Like, it's not Salamence, it's Chimecho. Yeah, I think he's cool. Yeah, that's it. So that's my role model.
And in terms of cartoon role models, I feel like there's a few that I really like. Jack from Beastars is one of my favorites. He's just a good friend to all, and I think he's really cool. But I think I gotta say, the main protagonist from Zom 100, I believe his name is Akira. He's really cool. He has boundless optimism, even in the face of the apocalypse, and I think that is a quality that I should embody, you know? I think that I should always be trying to look on the bright side, because the world is a scary place, and I think it's good to make it a little brighter.
I think my cartoon role model, oddly enough, would probably be SpongeBob, because like, in all seriousness, he is like genuinely like a really happy dude. And like, he just like, you know, he likes living his life, he likes his friends, even if they don't really like him back, you know, Squidward. And you know, he just likes living life, you know, like he likes his job, even though he barely gets paid anything, and his boss tried to sell his soul for 62 cents. But you know, he likes everyone around him, and you know what? I think that SpongeBob is the kind of guy we need to strive to be, you know. But in a more joking sense, I think that another role model I had was Grunkle Stan, because that guy just, he really knows how to live, let me tell you. Despite the fact that he's probably banned from like 40 some states or whatever. You know, he lives life to the fullest, even if he's like conning people out of all their money, you know?
My cartoon role model when I was growing up, I had to say was Kim Possible. I really wanted to be a super spy like she was. I wanted to be cool, you know, she was like a head cheerleader, people liked her, and I thought that was cool. But now, like, if I could think of someone that I'd like aspire to like follow their traits and everything, I'm gonna have to agree with Nick and say Luffy. He's loyal to his friends, he's super supportive, he gets the job done, he isn't afraid of anything. He just like, you need this done? Cool, it's done. And like, he will topple your government for a half-cooked Hot Pocket you gave him. And honestly, I aspire to reach that level, and I want to topple a government for one Hot Pocket.